Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online, please check it. All of you get my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. Is my voice on screen is clear to all of you guys? Right. Good morning, guys. Right. And check it what we are discussing at present. What topics here we are discussing there. So I think so. In the prerequisite part, almost all major part of the prerequisite we completed. Then up to the try with the resources, up to that part we completed. In exception handling also, whatever the things we required, up to that we completed. Now two things are remaining there. Then the first one is like what there IO streams related things and collection framework related things. If I complete these two, then automatically here we are able to complete our part here. There we are able to start directly JDBC content. Right. Anyway, first of all, IO streams, the topic here we have to understand. IO streams. First of all, tell me what is the purpose of these IO streams? What is the need of these IO streams? Right. The main purpose of IO streams is to perform input and output operations in Java applications. What's the main intention of this IO streams here? To perform input operations and output operations in Java applications. What is this input operation and what is this output operation in Java applications? What you are thinking about input operation and output operation in Java applications? Right. If you observe this point here, reading data from outside of Java application to outside of Java application to outside of Java application to, or in other words, I'm telling there, reading data from input devices to Java application. Input devices to Java application is called as input operation. Tell me, what is this input operation here? No, reading data from input devices to Java application. Here, what are these input devices actually? Here, what are the various input devices actually? If you observe this point here, input devices would be like a keyboard or maybe mouse or maybe network. Maybe keyboard or mouse or maybe network. Understand it clearly. Where input devices may be keyboard, next one is a mouse, and next one is what there some network. Network is also be acting as what there input device. Data is coming to the Java program through the network. Some other application is sending data to present Java application through the network. Now network is acting as what they know an input device to the present Java program. Right. Next one after that. After this, then here what next point here we have to understand what is an output operation. Sending data from Java application to output devices. Sending Java application to output devices is called as output operation. Good. Where what is this output operation actually? What is the meaning of these output devices? What are the various output devices they know? Where output devices may be where output devices may be monitor monitor, that means console. On console I'm going to display some data. Frequently we are using system.out.println statement. In system.out.println statement, whatever the instructions here we are providing, all these instructions are going to be displayed on command prompt. Say for example, system.out.println of hello world I have written. When we write system.out.println of hello world, that hello world will be displayed on console. Console is what their command prompt. So data is coming from Java application to command prompt. Data is coming from Java application to command prompt. So automatically it is what they know, output operation. Alright, so that's what I'm telling there. Here output devices may be a monitor. On monitor we are going to see that output data. Okay. Next one is like what there, a printer, or maybe a network, and so on, anything else. Maybe database also. Into the database we are going to keep some data. Maybe from database also we are going to get some data. The database is acting as both input device and as well as like what there no output device. So this is like what I'm telling there, output operations. Understand clearly what I'm telling there. The next point, in Java applications, everybody understand my point here? In Java applications, to perform input and output operations, we are using in Java applications to perform input operations and output operations. We have to use what we have to use there actually streams. What we have to use there streams. Of course, the purpose of IO sims is what there performing input and output operations only. That's okay. But to perform input and output operations in Java, what we have there no streams. What exactly the content we are going to use there is streams. Now here I have a question. What exactly the meaning of the stream? What is this stream? That is my question now. Understand this clearly. What is this stream actually? Stream is a channel. Stream is what there is a channel. Okay. It allows the data from it allows the data from it allows the data from input devices to the Java application and from Java applications to the output devices. Stream is a channel. It allows the data in continuous flow. It allows the data in a continuous flow from input devices to the Java application and from Java applications to the output devices. That is what exactly the meaning of what they know a stream. Guys, now I'm telling to you now, try to understand it clearly. Whenever I'm talking about a stream, in your mind, immediately we have to recollect a water pipe. Simple. Whenever I'm talking about stream, immediately we have to think what there water pipe. Just observe your home, for example. Your home. Water tank is available on top of your home. Okay. So from that water tank, pipes are available to your kitchen room and to your bedroom, right? Understand it clearly. So how water is flowing through the pipe? In the same way, data is flowing through the stream. Stream is nothing but a water pipe. Just we can understand in this way. Right, sir. Next one is what there? How many types of streams are available? First of all, tell me, all of you are getting clarity on this stream. What exactly the meaning of stream? What is input operation and what is output operation? All of you are getting clarity on this, no? Yes, very clear. So now try to understand it. What is the purpose of IO sims? The main purpose of IO streams is to perform input and output operations in Java applications. What is that input operation? Actually, reading data from input to devices to Java application is called as input operation, where input devices may be a keyboard, mouse, or maybe network, something else. Sending data, what is an output operation? Actually, output operation may be sending data from Java application to output devices is called as output operation, where what exactly the output devices care, where output devices may be monitor, printer, network, database, and so on. Okay, fine. In Java applications, to perform input and output operations, we have to use streams. Then what is a stream? You know, stream is a channel. It allows the data in a continuous flow from input devices to Java applications and from Java applications to output devices. This is what exactly the meaning of what no streams. Guys, observe carefully. I want to show. Right, sir. Not required to go for any diagram here. Now later I will go for it. But now types of the streams here we have to understand. Right, sir. In Java, all streams are provided in the form of predefined classes. All streams are provided in the form of what? They're predefined classes in a separate package. In a separate package, like what there? Java.io. All streams related, all streams related classes are available where a separate package. What is the separate package? Can know Java.io package. Understand it? Every stream is a predefined class. Understand it clearly. Next one, after completion of this, how many types of streams are available? If you observe this, in Java, all streams are divided into the following two types. All streams are divided into the following two types. What are the two types? Can know? Observe carefully. The two types are, first one is byte oriented streams and the second one is character oriented streams. How many types of streams are available there? Byte oriented streams and the second one is what there? Character oriented streams. The simple diagram here I'm going to provide. Try to understand this diagram now. Alright, sir. What I'm telling to you, streams, so division. Here I'm telling to you. The streams, how many types of streams are available? Two types of streams. Here. What are the two types of streams here? First one is like what there? Byte oriented streams, and second one is what they know? Character oriented streams. What exactly the meaning of byte oriented stream and what is the meaning of character oriented stream? Let's observe this clearly. Everybody understand this clearly. Byte oriented streams, it allows the data in the form of bytes, in the form of what there? Bytes. Data types are available: byte, short, int, char, something else, right? So in the form of, it allows the data in the form of what there? No, bytes. Okay, right, sir. It allows the data in the form of bytes. Fine. Again, observe carefully. It allows the data in the form of bytes. Next one, again, byte oriented streams are divided into the following two types. Byte oriented streams again are divided into the following two types. What are the two types here? First one is input stream. First one is like what there? Input stream, and second one is output stream. First one is what there? Input stream, and second one is what there? Output stream. Now let's see in the diagram here. No? Byte-oriented streams are divided into how many types? Two types. What are the two types? First one is like what there? Byte-oriented stream, and the second one is like what there? Sorry, first one is input stream, and second one is what there? Output stream. Input stream, and second one is like what there? Output stream. That's okay, fine. Now let's observe carefully. What is this input stream and what is this output stream here? We have to understand it clearly. As you know already, the previous definitions here, what exactly the meaning of input operation, what is the meaning of output operation here, we understood. Similar to that, here we are able to have like what there? Input stream. What is the meaning of this input stream? It is a byte oriented stream. It allows the data in a continuous flow. It allows the data in a continuous flow. It allows the data in a continuous flow from input devices to Java application. That's it. It's a byte oriented stream. It allows the data in continuous flow in the form of bytes, from input devices to Java applications. I'm able to give some examples for this. Number of examples are available for this input streams. What are the various examples for this input streams? Now, observe carefully. Byte array input stream, but their purposes are not required. No, part of this advanced Java, part of this prerequisite here. In core Java, anyway, we are going to talk about all these things, but not required here. Byte array input stream, file input stream, data input stream, buffered input stream, and so on and so on. So many types are available. Not required all of them. Just some examples here I'm telling them. The data in a continuous flow in the form of bytes from input devices to Java application. Examples are like what there? Byte array input stream, file input stream, data input stream, buffered input stream, and so on and so on and so on. That we are getting clearly. Right, sir. Similarly, the second one is like what there? What is the second one? Output stream. What is the meaning of this output stream actually? Right, observe carefully. Its definition is also very similar. Then what is the meaning of this output stream? No, it is a byte oriented stream. Yes, sir. It is what there? A byte oriented stream. Then what it able to do? No, it allows the data in a continuous form, in a continuous flow in the form of bytes, in a continuous flow in the form of what there? Bytes, in the form of bytes from, from what there? Now tell me, from Java application to output devices, from Java application to output devices. Right, sir. Point is very much clear. It is a byte oriented stream. It allows the data in a continuous flow from Java application to output devices. Now here we need to go for some examples. Number of examples are available. Right, sir. Byte array output stream. Next one is file output stream. After this file output stream, buffered output stream, data output stream, object output stream, and so on and so on and so on. So many things are available. Right, sir. Some of them only just I listed as an examples here, but so many examples are existed here. Not to worry for this. Now these are like what I'm telling there, no, output streams. Now tell me, all of you now tell me, how many types of streams are available initially? Two types here. What are the two types of streams here? No? Byte oriented streams and character oriented streams. Nice. Right. How many types of byte oriented streams are available? Two types. What are the two types of byte oriented streams? No? Input stream and output stream. Right, sir. What is this input stream? Input stream is a byte-oriented stream. It allows the data in a continuous flow in the form of bytes from input devices to Java application. Number of examples are available where we require mainly file input stream, buffered input stream, data input stream, and byte array input stream. That's okay. Then what is this output stream actually? It's a byte-oriented stream. It allows the data in continuous flow in the form of bytes from Java application to output devices. Where examples are like what they know, byte array output stream, file output stream, buffered output stream, data output stream, object output stream. Like this here, we are having some examples here. Okay, nice. Now similarly, the next type, then this is like what their byte oriented stream. Then what is this next one here? No, character oriented stream. Observe carefully. Now the next one is like what their character oriented stream. Second one here. All right. What is this character oriented streams actually? Understand it clearly. These streams are able to allow the data in the form of characters. The streams are able to allow the data in the form of what their characters. All right, sir. Observe carefully in the form of what their characters. Next one is after completion of this, character oriented streams. Character oriented streams are divided into the following two types. What are the two types of character oriented streams? No, first one is reader and the second one is writer. First one is what their reader and second one is what their writer. Observe carefully in the division here what I am telling there. Right, first one is reader, second one is what their writer. Reader, another second one is like what their writer. Right. Now here, what exactly the meaning of this reader and writer here? If you observe this, what's the meaning of this reader and writer? If you observe this, points are very much clear. Try to understand it. No, a reader is almost the same as input stream. Reader is same as like what their input stream. Reader is the same as input stream. It allows the data in the form of characters in a continuous flow from input to devices to Java application. Say for example, I have my data in a document. My data is available in what their text file. Where only characters data is available. I want to read the text data into my Java program. So they definitely have to use what they know, a reader only. For example, I have an image, actually image file is available. Inside the image file, my data is available. That image data must be represented in the form of what they know, bytes only. Zeros and ones only, internally, bytes representation only. So to read the data, I have to use what they know, byte oriented stream. That is input stream. So reader is almost the same as what they know, input stream only. But input stream is able to read the data in the form of bytes, but reader is able to read the data in the form of what they know, characters. Right, sir. Here, so many examples are available for these readers. What are the various examples? Can know char array reader, character array reader, similar to byte array reader, byte array input stream. Next one is a file reader. What next one? You know, file reader, input stream reader. Next one is a buffered reader, and so on. So many examples are available in the form of these readers. Okay, right, sir. So many types are available here, but not required all of them. Just some of them here are given there. Reader is the same as input stream. It allows the data in the form of characters in continuous flow from input devices to Java application. Carrier reader, file reader, input stream reader, buffered reader, and so on. Right, sir. Now this is like what I'm telling the reader. Similarly, what exactly the meaning of this writer, what is this writer actually? The second one is like what their writer. What you are able to understand about this writer, point is very clear. Now tell me guys, this is same as what their writer is same as what their output stream. But output stream is able to send a data in the form of bytes. But writer is able to send data in the form of what they know? In the form of characters. No, right, sir. Now it allows the data it allows the data in the form of characters in a continuous flow. In a continuous flow, okay, in a continuous flow from Java applications to output devices. Output devices. That's okay, fine. Now this is like what their writer here. What I'm telling there. Java application to output devices. It's almost the same as what their output stream. Examples are existed here. What are the various examples here? Char array writer. Char array writer. Next one is a file writer. Next one is a buffered writer. Buffered writer, and so on and so on. So many examples are available, but not required all of them. Right. So now this is the total basic awareness on IO streams. If any of you are getting question like what is IO stream, what is the meaning of IO stream, then we have to give this much of clarity. Right, sir. Now all of you please respond for me. I'm going to ask some questions here. Just I want to get confirmation about your status now. Now try to answer for my questions here. First of all, tell me guys, what is the purpose of IO streams? The main purpose of IO streams is to perform input and output operations in Java applications. What is input operation actually? Reading data from input devices to Java application. Input operation, where input devices are what there? Keyboard, mouse, network, maybe anything. Then what is output operation now? Sending data from Java application to output devices, where output devices may be what? A monitor, or maybe printer, or maybe network, or maybe database, and so on. Right, sir? To perform all these input and output operations, what we required in Java? Streams we required. Then what is a stream here? Stream is a channel. Stream is a channel or medium. Both are same. Stream is a channel or medium. It allows the data in a continuous flow. In a continuous flow from input devices to the Java application, and from Java application to output devices. Right, sir. In Java, number of streams are available, but all the streams are represented in the form of what there? In the form of classes, in the form of predefined classes in a separate package. What is that package they know? Java.io package. Right, sir. In Java, all streams are divided into how many types here? Two types. What are the two types you know? Byte-oriented stream and a character-oriented stream. Now tell me, byte-oriented streams are able to allow the data in the form of what they? Bytes. Its length is only 1 byte. The data length is what there? 1 byte you know. Right. Again, byte-oriented streams are divided into two types. What are the two types you know? Input stream and output stream. What is input stream you know? It's a byte oriented stream. It allows the data in a continuous flow in the form of bytes from input devices to Java application. Number of examples are given anyway. Right, sir. Output stream. It is a byte oriented stream. It allows the data in continuous flow in the form of bytes from Java application to output devices. So many examples are given. Right, so similarly here, what I'm telling there, what is this character oriented stream here? These streams are able to allow the data in the form of characters. Character oriented streams are divided into two types here. What are the two types now? Reader and a writer. Now tell me, reader is same as what there? Input same. It allows the data in the form of what there? Characters in continuous flow from input devices to Java application. Right, sir. So many examples I have given. Then writer. What is this writer here now? Writer is same as output same. It allows the data in the form of characters in continuous flow from Java application to output devices. One simple like recognition I'm telling there. Note kind of point I'm telling there. Please all of you observe carefully this note now. All byte oriented stream classes, streams classes, all byte oriented streams classes are ended with the word stream. Observe carefully. They are the examples for byte oriented streams. Input stream or output stream, whatever it may be. Every stream class is ended with what they know? Stream. This is our simple recognition. For example, if I give a set of classes to you, where if I ask a question to you, try to separate byte oriented streams and character oriented streams. Then what is your recognized point here? No, if any class is ended with a stream, then that class will come under what they know? Byte oriented stream. Right, sir. Next point, one more point. What is that another point here I'm telling there? Similarly, all character oriented streams classes are ended either with reader or with what they know, writer. Yes, all of you are getting my point here, no? Right, sir. If you observe this point here clearly, reader, so file reader, char array reader, input stream reader, buffer reader. Writers, char array writer, file writer, buffer writer, input stream writer, something else. Okay, fine. This is the basic introduction here, we can understand clearly. Right, sir. Now, in a JDB's application, every application, I'm going to get some data from the user. Some input data I need to get from the user. Say, for example, JDBC is mainly for database interaction to perform database operations from Java applications. Say, for example, I want to insert a record into the database table. I want to read some record from database table. I want to update the data in the database table. I want to delete data in database table. That's my requirement. Say, for example, I want to insert an employee into the database table. If you want to insert an employee into the database table, first we require that employee details or not. First, we have to get that employee data as a dynamic input or not. Maybe employee number, or maybe employee salary, or maybe employee address, or maybe some employee name, something else. All the data here we have to get from the user or not. To get the data from the user, we have to go for like what their dynamic. That means we have to go for like what their input operations. There we have to go for what they know, input operations. So to perform all these input operations, or maybe some cases output operations, we require what they know, all the streams clearly. Right, sir. Now the point is like what I'm telling there. Right, sir. Then what I'm telling there here from this particular point. Now the next one is like what there, dynamic input approaches. Dynamic input approaches. This is our actual topic. This is a part of the streams only, not in any outside content here. Part of the streams only. We are talking about like what there, dynamic input approach. First of all, what is this dynamic input? What is the meaning of dynamic input? Or before that, what is the meaning of static input? Then after that, we'll understand dynamic input here. Right, so now observe carefully. Static input, if you observe this, if we provide input data to the Java application at the time of writing program, what I'm telling there, if we provide input to data to the Java application at the time of writing program, at the time of writing the code, if we decide the data, if we provide input data, is called as static input. That's it. Example I'm telling you, by that we are able to get much clarity. Class calculator. Simple class I have taken here, calculator. Inside this calculator, I'm going to take like what there, int fval, first val is equal to 10, int sval is equal to 20. First val and second val. Now tell me, if I want to perform addition operation, two values we required or not? If you want to perform addition operation, two values here we required or not? What two values here we required here? No, first value and second value. So fval plus sval. Similarly, if I want to perform subtraction operation, sub, for example, there also we require two values or not? There also we require what there two values. Now here int result is equal to fl minus sval. Multiplication here I want to perform. Multiplication operation here I want to perform mul. Then here what we required here in place of star, no, here we required like what there. So in place of plus, here we required what there star. Observe carefully. Right, sir. To perform these arithmetic operations like add maybe, sub maybe, mul maybe, we required two values. The two values are provided in the same Java program at the time of writing the program or not. Here 10 or 20 are input data. This 10 and 20 we provided at the time of writing the program or not. So here we can understand clearly this is what their static input. This is what they know static input. I'm not going to talk about static keyword and all. So these are not related to static keyword. These are like what they know input at what time we provided. We provided input data at what time can know at the time of writing the program. So this is called as like what their static input. Leave it. We are not going to understand the static input more than this. That's sufficient for us. But the second one is like what their dynamic input. Dynamic input. What is the meaning of this dynamic input here? Observe carefully. If we provide input data to the Java program at the time of writing the program is called a static input. But the point is what there, if we provide input data to the Java applications at a runtime, what is the meaning of runtime here? That is at the time of executing Java application. If we provide input data to the program at runtime at the time of executing Java application, is then that input data is called as dynamic input. That input data is called as what there? Dynamic input. Observe this example here I'm telling there. For example, already I have a program. What program is available here now? Add.java file is available. Add.java program is existed here. Now try to understand it now. On command prompt, what I'm going to do there, d:/adv java 7 am. ADV Java 7 am here. What I'm telling there, I want to compile the program Java C space add.java. Compiled successfully. Okay, no problem. Compiled successfully. Then after that, I want to go for d:/adv Java 7 am. There I want to execute my program. To execute my program, what I have to do there? Java space add. I specified add is my main class name. Then immediately, what our program is asking there, enter first value. Program is asking to me. It is displaying enter first value where cursor is blinking. By seeing that input message, just I have to enter some data. 10 is the data I entered. Click on enter button. When I click on enter button, immediately it is displaying another line here. Enter second value. Now the second value here I am going to be enter 20. When I click on enter button, now here what it is asking there, add result colon 30 I am getting. Now tell me, here input data is what there? 10, 20 are input data. At what time we entered this input data 10 and 20? At the time of executing our program or not? At the runtime of our program, we are providing our input data or not? So this type of data is called as what there? Dynamic input. If we provide input data to the Java application at a runtime, if we provide input data to the Java application at a runtime, then that input data is called as what they know? Dynamic input. Yes, all of you are getting my point now? Right. Now, let's understand this next point here. Let's understand this now. In Java applications, to perform dynamic input, that means to provide dynamic input, we are able to use, we have to use the following three options, the following three alternatives. alternatives only. We have to use the following three approaches. What are the three approaches here we have to follow there? First one is buffered reader approach by using buffered reader. Second one is what there? Scanner. And the third one is like what there? Console. Third one is like what there? Console. These are overall three approaches we are going to use to perform dynamic input in Java applications. Understand it, guys, what I'm telling them. So this is our main content today, what we have to understand. Right, and guys, I want to give one a simple content here. I'm telling there. Frequently people are asking this question to me. So what is the question here I'm getting there? To learn advanced Java, what topics do we perfect in a core Java? This is a question, guys. So I think so. People are missing my demo class. That is the reason why people are asking this question to me. See, now I'm doing the same thing. I think you're not observing clearly. I think some people are thinking about it directly. I started advanced Java. Now we are in advanced Java content. No, I'm telling there this is core Java. What I'm discussing there. But why I'm taking these core Java classes? No, part of the advanced Java prerequisite topic I'm discussing. I'm preparing the total ground to understand advanced Java content. But then again, people are having this question. Sir, only these topics are sufficient for me from core Java, not required to attend for core Java classes. Do we need to attend core Java classes or not required to attend core Java classes? These topics are sufficient to go for advanced Java. Right, sir. Here answer is what? To learn advanced Java, these topics are sufficient. Especially in my classes, to learn advanced Java, these topics are sufficient up to my classes. Then I can manage it. If you know these topics, then I can manage. Advanced Java, we are going to, and I'll make you to understand every point in advanced Java. That's my own style. But if you want to attend for interviews, these topics are not sufficient in core Java. Complete core Java awareness is required. Even if you want to perfect in core Java, majorly 5 to 6 topics you should be very strong. What are the topics you must be very strong? Object orientation. Too much content is required. Object orientation is required. Complete awareness is required. String manipulations, string operations, exception handling, multi-threading, collection framework, very, very important. Then along with the collection framework in IO streams, this dynamic input approaches we are going to use a little bit, but serialization and deserialization topic is available, that is required. But anyway, for advanced Java, that is not mandatory as of now. When we are moving to the frameworks, there we required. Meanwhile, in our core Java classes, that IO streams might be completed. Part of the IO streams, serialization and deserialization is going to be completed. Not to worry for it. So then what I am recommended to you, to understand advanced Java, definitely we require core Java. If you have complete knowledge on core Java, it's well and good. Even though we are not having any knowledge on core Java, I am preparing ground information of this core Java. With this ground information, you can cope up in advanced Java. So that is a simple analysis what I am telling them. So this prerequisite type planned, I prepared. This is up to my classes. Some other trainer may not give this prerequisite part. Some other trainer may start directly JDBC content. But my view is what there. How much you are having knowledge in core Java, I don't know as of now. But what I required minimum to start advanced Java, that I am preparing now. Of course, maybe it may take nearly 1 week to 10 days of time. That doesn't matter for us. But once we are getting the total ground, then easily we are able to understand advanced Java content. Once we are understanding advanced Java, then frameworks are nothing. Easily we can prepare that frameworks. That too much core Java is also not required here. Whatever the core Java I'm discussing, that is sufficient for advanced Java. If you understand advanced Java effectively, that frameworks are also be very simple. Yes, guys, all of you get my point or not? But if you want to go for interviews, no, half of the questions are coming from core Java only. 50% of the questions are coming from core Java only. Don't neglect core Java. Then one more point I'm telling there. In advanced Java, if I start first JDBC application, all of your mindset will be what there? First JDBC application we started, no, it's somewhat cachy kind of concept here, interacting with the database from Java application. So how to create a table in Java application from Java application we completed. So it seems that that kind of content is somewhat tempting for us. That's immediately what people are doing there. They are they are keeping aside of this core Java work. Directly they start doing programs in JDBC. In the next day, if I give 3 to 4 programs there, then people are forgetting about core Java. Directly they are doing work on what there? Advanced Java. When they're coming to the servlets, no, are a client to server side application, a server we have to start and we have to run this servlet. Then we are sending request to the servlet. Servlet is giving some response, and browser we are getting. In a browser, we are providing some different colors through HTML files. No, it seems it's very much attractive to us. Then by the time what people are doing there, they are keeping aside the JDBC work and as well as what their core Java. Completely they've forgotten about core Java. JDBC they are keeping aside. If any pending work is available, then will they start working on what their servlets. When I start JSPs now, they may forget about JDBC servlet. They are going to work with JSPs now. No, this is not the way. This is not the way. Right, sir. Understand my point again. If we want to understand JDBC, we require core Java. If you want to understand frameworks, we require advanced Java. No second thought of it. As per the originality, you have to complete entire core Java. After that only we have to come for advanced Java. After completion of the entire advanced Java, we have to come for the framework. This is the actual original sequence. But if you do that, it may take years and years of time for to completing your Java. That's why what I'm telling there, whenever we are in the some part of core Java, at least basics if you know, then I'm giving some prerequisite here. Through this prerequisite, you are going to understand advanced Java. Whenever we are in the middle of the advanced Java, whenever we are in the middle of the servlets, at least if you know basics of the servlets, then I'm planning to start what they know, that frameworks. Then in that frameworks also, directly I will not start frameworks. If I require any prerequisite there, not core Java. In advanced Java, or it might be any prerequisite is needed, then I will discuss about it. Then I'll move on to what they know frameworks. That is my style. The same style may be followed or may not be followed by some other trainers now. But here my intention is what everybody inside the class must feel comfortable. Comfortably, they have to understand the content. That's my intention. That's why I'm giving all these points now. Right. Now let's okay, fine. Right, sir. Now leave this content here. All of you guys, now try to understand it. In Java applications, to provide dynamic input, we have to use the following 3 options. What are the 3 options here we are using there? No, buffered reader. Second one is what there? No, scanner. And next one is what there? No, console. All the 3 options here we are using clearly. Okay, sir. Good, nice. One by one here we are going to understand. First, we are going to understand buffered reader approach. Dynamic input by using what there? Buffered reader. Understand it clearly? Right, sir. To get a dynamic input by using buffered reader, we have to use the following instruction. We can by heart this instruction, guys. We require this instruction actually. What is the intersection here? Number of times in core Java classes I used to give. I given this intersection here, but you have to by heart it if possible. Buffered reader BR is equal to new buffered reader, new input to stream reader. Then inside this we have to use system.in. That's it. If it is possible, try to by heart it. Remember this statement. Required. Frequently I'm going to use this statement. Buffered reader BR is equal to new buffered reader, new input to stream reader, system.in. Right, sir. Okay. Everything is okay, fine. Right, sir. Now here I'm asking questions to you. In this intersection, what is system.in and what is this input stream reader and what is the purpose of this buffered reader? Everything here we have to understand. Right, sir. I'll give one simple diagram here. Now try to understand this diagram. Easily we can understand. Through this diagram, we are able to understand this one. But try to put more concentration here. Now, what is our content, sir? Now tell me, our requirement is what there? This is a command prompt. This is what there? Command prompt. Okay. Here we are having a Java application. This is what their Java application. Fine. Now our point is what there? My Java program has some instructions which are in execution. Program is running. While executing this program, I have to enter data in command prompt. The data has to be submitted to the Java program at runtime. Yes, sir, all of you get my point or not? Dynamic input is what there. When my program is running, I have to enter data in command prompt. The data must be submitted to the Java application. This is the meaning of like what there? Dynamic input. Yes, clear to all of you? Right. Now, but how we are going to send this data? How we are going to provide this data from command prompt to Java application? Right. For that, I'm giving some clarity. Try to understand it now. Here, where system dot in, okay, instead of saying that, what I'm telling there, where in is a static variable in a system class. Am I right or not? Here, system dot in we are calling. That is, it's a variable and this is a class name. Tell me guys, when a variable is accessed by using class name? Come on, we completed. When a variable is accessed by using class name, by using whenever the variable is what there, static variable. When a variable is static variable, then only that variable we can access by using what there, class name. Wherein is a static variable in a system class. Wherein is a static variable in a system class, comma. What it will do now? It will, or it able to represent, or it represents a predefined which object? No, input stream object. In is a static variable system class. It represents a predefined which object? No, input stream object. This input stream is what there? Byte oriented stream or character oriented stream? Come on, input stream is what there? Byte oriented or character oriented? Byte oriented. I said to you, the stream is what there? No, right, sir. Byte oriented stream. Byte oriented stream. Okay. Input stream object, which is input stream object, which is connected with the command prompt. Tell me, what is this in actually? What is the story about this in? Where in is a static variable in a system class. It represents what there? It's a predefined, not a user defined. Already Java has created one predefined input stream object, which is connected with what there? No, command prompt. It means that it's a total story is what there. This is a predefined input stream. This is a predefined input stream. It is connected with a command prompt. It is connected with what there? Command prompt. Okay. Now here, another point is like what I'm telling to you. This is input stream. Okay. Right, sir. Observe carefully. This input stream is provided in the form of like what there? System dot in. When I write system dot in, automatically this is available. Predefined it is existed. When we start Java program, JVM is created already this input stream. That input stream is already connected with what they know? Command prompt. Now here the point is what? What is the point I'm telling there? In this scenario, try to understand it. If we provide any dynamic input data on command prompt, then that dynamic input data will be sent to input streams will be sent to predefined input stream, predefined input stream in the form of bytes representation, in the form of what, say, no, bytes. Why? Because input stream is what there, byte oriented stream. So for example, if I write any data and command prompt, automatically the data will come to what there, this input to stream, predefined input to stream. That is what there, system dot in, what we represented in our init section. Automatically the total input data will come to what there, input to stream object. Let's understand this clearly. For example, if I type hello data, if I type what data, hello data, automatically this hello data will come to what they know, hello data will come to input to stream. All right, understand this now? Whenever this data is coming to input stream, the total data will come in the form of like what they know, zeros and ones only. Zeros and ones only. Why? Because this is what type of data, bytes oriented data, byte data. This is what type of data, byte data. Observe this clearly. Here we are getting the total data in the form of what there, zeros and ones. Observe carefully. Okay, listen guys, all of you listen carefully. Data is available in the form of bytes inside the input stream, but in my Java program I require the data in the form of characters or not. Okay, I require the data in the form of string. But if you want to get the data in the form of string, what is string actually? Collection of characters or not? So if you want to get data in the form of the string, first we have to get the data in the form of characters or not. But our data is available in the form of what there? The data is available in the form of what there? Byte. But I require the data in the form of what there? Characters. Data is available in the form of byte, but I require the data in the form of what they know? Characters. Am I right or not? All right, sir. So my requirement is what there? I need to get that byte data into character. It means that I need a stream. It has to convert the data from bytes representation to character representation. I need a stream to convert the data from bytes representation to character stream. Right, sir. Now here, what I'm telling there, where input to stream reader. Please recognize the name here. First, what is this? No, input to stream. Here, stream is available or not? Then what next one? Reader. So what's the meaning of it? No, stream reader means that it will take input as what there, bytes representation. It will provide output is what there, reader representation. Means that what they know, character. It means that where input to stream reader can be used to convert the data from which representations to which representation, bytes representation to character representation. Character representation. Am I right or not? Right, sir. Now here, observe carefully in our inner section. System.in is providing the constructor of the input stream reader or not? Input stream reader constructor is available. To that only system.in is provided or not? That's very clear. So in the diagram, how it is going to be existed here, we can observe carefully. Now here, input stream reader is existed in this way. Input stream reader is existed in this way. Now this is exactly like what there, input stream reader. Okay. Input stream reader. Here, what it is doing, they know, first of all, it is getting bytes of data from input to stream. It is getting bytes of data from what their input to stream. What is this data actually? The data would be in the form of what they know, zeros and ones. Next one is that zeros and ones data will be converted to individual characters. H, E, L, L, O. This is not string data. I get my point or not? This is not string data. All these are what they know, individual characters. Bytes data is converted to what they know, characters, but individual characters. Okay, nice. Up to that, it's okay, fine. Now observe carefully. All the data is available in the form of individual characters. Then I want to read the data from input stream reader directly. If you want to read data from input stream reader directly, We are going to read the data in the form of characters or not? One by one, all characters here we have to read or not? Tell me guys, now to read the total data hello, how many times we have to perform input operations now? How many input operations? How many times you have to perform read operation now? How many read operations are required to get the complete hello data? Every time we are going to get only one character. That input stream reader is releasing only one character at a time for every read operation. So how many read operations can we require now? That is depending on how many characters are available in our data. 5 characters are available. 5 times read operation is required or not? 5 time read operation in the sense more number of read operations we performed or not. When we perform more number of read operations now, automatically performance of the input operation is reduced or not? Performance of the input operation is reduced or not? Input operation time is increased or not? When input operation time is increased, performance of the input operation is reduced or not? Come on guys. So here the problem is what there. In this case, here the problem is what there. Observe carefully. Here we are able to read data from input stream reader directly, but it allows the data in the form of individual characters at each and every read operation, at each and every what there read operation. So it will take more number of read operations to get the complete data. Right, sir? Understand my point? It will get more number of read operations to get the complete data. So it will increase input operation time, input operations time. It will increase what their application execution time. It means that input operations time. So whenever it is increasing application execution time, or simply speaking, it will increase input operations time. That is, it will increase overall application execution time. When overall application execution time is increased here, then what it will do now? It will reduce application performance. It will reduce what their application performance. Right, exactly. In this particular situation, what I'm telling there, in the above context, to improve application performance, in the above context, to improve application performance, we have to use buffered reader. We have to use what they know, buffered reader. Right, sir. Then what buffered reader is able to do here now? Try to understand it clearly. In the above context, to improve application performance, we have to use what they know, buffered reader. Then what this buffered reader is able to do now? Observe carefully. Where buffered reader will get individual characters from input stream reader, comma, it will gather all the characters. It will convert, instead of saying that gather, it will convert all the characters into a string, and the generated string will be stored in a buffer. The generated string will be stored in a buffer in what they know, buffered reader. So all the characters will be taken internally. All these characters are gathered together and formed as a string. The total string data will be stored in the form of a buffer. That means it is making ready that individual characters as a single data. At a time we can read the data. That means buffer rate is providing environment to read the total line of data at a time. So that's why here what I'm telling here, what is required here now? Buffer rate is required or not? Now tell me, input to stream reader object is a parameter to buffer data constructor or not? Input to stream reader object is a parameter to the buffer data constructor or not? It means that in the diagram, how I'm able to show this, now here we can understand clearly. Understand this clearly in the diagram. Now this is what their buffered reader. This is buffered reader. Now inside this buffered reader, first what happened there? No, data will be taken. Individual characters are taken one by one are taken. Then here the total data is available in the form of what they know, a string. Here we can observe carefully. This data is exists in the form of what they know, in the form of a buffer. The total string data is provided in the form of what they know, buffer. So here we can understand buffered reader has buffers internally to store data, to make the data available as a single read data. Now, whenever the total data is available in the form of buffer, then what next one you know? Then the data is available in buffer data as a string data or not? Inside the buffer data, the total data is available as a string data or not? Then we have to read the data from buffer data. Then we have to read the data from buffer data. Observe carefully. Okay, finally our required data is available in the form of what they know, buffered reader. Then we have to read the data from buffer data. Observe carefully. To read data from buffer reader, to read data from buffer reader, we have to use the following two methods. We have to use the following two methods. What are the two methods here we have to use there now? Observe carefully. First one is public string read line method. Of course, throws IO exception. Whenever it is throwing an IO exception, and if you want to use this method in our program, we have to either we have to bypass this exception to the caller or we have to handle it. Then better to go for what they know, handling that exception there itself. To handle that exception there itself, then what we have to use there? What we have to use there to handle the exception? Try catch finally or throws keyword? Try catch finally. Throws keyword is for what purpose there? To bypass the exception to the caller. But try catch finally purpose is what there? Handle the exception there itself. So that's why here I'm telling the read line method here we are able to use to read data, to read the total line of data. Here we are able to use what there? Read line method. And second one is like what there? Public int read. Public int read throws again IO exception. Public int read throws what there? No IO exception. Then here we have a question. What is the difference between read method and the read line method? All of you understand. This is one of the important interview question outside here. Observe carefully. What is the difference between read line method and a read method? What is the difference between read line method and the read method? This is a question again. There here we have to give answer for this question. Try to understand it. Simple answer only. Read method. What it able to do there? It will read single character. It will read single character from buffered reader in the form of its ASCII value. Yes, sir. Read method is able to read the data in the form of what they know? In the form of its ASCII value. In all ASCII values can know. Whenever we are getting the ASCII value, then we can convert the ASCII value into its character. That we have to do explicitly. Again, characters only here we are able to get. That means buffer data is giving an option for us. Either we can read data, total data at a time, line of data at a time, or we can read the data in the form of characters. No problem. Both are possible with the buffer data. Right, sir. Now it's okay, fine. Then this is about like what the read method. Next one is what the read line method. Read line method purpose is what there? It will read a line of data from a buffered reader. It will read a line of data at a time from buffered reader in the form of in general. Now tell me, line of data in the form of what there? Come on, line of data will be represented in the form of what there? In the form of a string. In the form of what there? String. Total line of data here we are able to get in the form of what there? A string. So that's why read line method return type is what there? String. Read method return type is what there? Int. Read line method return type is what? String. Read method return type is what there? Int. Try to understand it what I am telling you. Right, sir. That's okay, fine. So this is about like what there read method and the read line method. All right, so now in our diagram also here I want to show this. Data is available in buffer here. We have to read the data to outside there. If you want to read the data in outside of the buffer data, that means here to the inside the program here, hello data here we have taken. The total data here we are getting into like what they know into this particular Java program. There we are able to see the total content. But two methods here we are able to use to get this data, to read this data from buffer reader. Either we have to use what they know, read line method, or we have to use what method here know, read method. That's it. Right, so now this is the total awareness here we have to understand clearly. The next part is we have to see a program part. At least now I want to show what exactly the difference between read method and read line method. A single program here we are going to see that. Then after that I will go for one official program for it. Let's see this one. New Java project here I'm going to take. Now it will be like what there, app08. Everything is okay. Click on next button and click on finish button. Not required. Right click on SRC, a new. Then here I'm going to take like what there, a package here I want to take. What is this package here I'm going to take there? com dot Durgasoft dot app08 dot test. This is my test package. Inside this, I want to prepare a test class. New class here I want to create. Test is a class here. That's it. Main method is required and click on finish button. All of you observe carefully. Directly, I want to use buffer reader first. Buffered reader. Buffered reader BR is equal to new buffered reader of new input stream reader of here. What we have to provide there? System.in. That's okay, fine. Directly, I have prepared this in a section. Still, are you getting any compilation error? No compilation error up to now. Okay, no, but next understand this one. Now, for example, I want to provide like what there, sysnot outdot println of, here I'm going to ask like what there, enter data. Now, instead of saying that println method, I want to say print method. Print method, println method. What is the difference here? In the case of println method, it will display the data, but cursor is available in the next line. In the case of print method, it will display the data, but it will keep the cursor in the same line for the next input. Now here, enter data colon, cursor is available in the same line for input data. If I use println method, it will display enter data colon, then cursor will be in the next line. But in the same line, I want to enter the data. That's why I'm using print method. Okay, now user will enter some data. I have to read the data or not? Now to read this data here, what I'm going to do there, string data is equal to br dot read line method. Now are you getting any compilation error? Are you getting any compilation error? Can you expect it why we are getting this compilation error? Any guess? Any guess? Okay, now I'm moving cursor over here. Now try to check this one. Check this. What is the second line here we are getting there in the error message? No? Unhandled exception type what there? IO. Then in the description of our content here I given what there? Throw. So what is this one? IO exception. Now the method is used here inside the main method. So IO exception is coming. Whenever we are getting IO exception, then what we have to do now? Either we have to throw it to the caller of this method, or we have to use what they know, try catch finally. Understand my point or not? So here in a simplified manner, what I'm trying to do there, just I want to use throws keyword now. Simple, not to go for much. And if you want to make it is the most generic here, I want to remove this IO. Then simply I want to use what they know exception. Now this main method is able to throw out any type of exception from main method to caller of this main method. This is one simplified way. But actually we have to use what the try catch finally. In the next examples onwards, we are going to use try catch finally. Right, so string data is equal to br.readline method. Next one is what I am telling there. Observe carefully. After this, I want to ask the user sysnot outdot print of what I am telling there. Enter the same data again. Whatever the data you entered there, same data you have to enter again. But this time what I'm trying to do there, int val is equal to beer dot which method can know read method only. Okay, it able to read the first character what we enter in the form of its ASCII value. Now here I want to display the data. Both the data here I want to display. Right, sir. What is the data here now? Cisna doubted println of read line method. Read line method data that is available in the form of what they know? Data variable plus data I provided. Next one is what there? Cisna doubted println of read method data. I want to provide here, but observe carefully here. I'm going to provide what there? Val. But that val is representing what they know? Some ASCII value. I want to display its ASCII, it's a respective character also. If you want to display its respective character, here what I am telling there, left square brace I have used here, then plus bracket char typecasting I'm doing there, where that means val. Integer to character conversion I'm doing. The corresponding ASCII value is converted to character here. That character value here we are able to provide. That character conversion I provide in the form of a square bracket. In a square bracket, I want to display what they know respective character. First, I'm displaying what they know, it's a value. In the bracket, I provided like what they know, it's the corresponding character value here I provided. Right, sir. Now, okay, my program is completed. Here itself, I shown the difference between read line method and the read method. Right. Can I execute this program? Right, sir. Everything is okay, fine. Now, here we are going to execute our program here. Try to observe this clearly. Now here run button is available. Let's execute this. Now here what is program is asking there now? Enter a data. I want to enter the data Durga software solutions. Total a line of data here I entered. Now if I click on enter button, which method will read this data now? Read line method. Read line method will read the data. Read line method will read the total line of data or not? Whatever the line of data here I provided, the total data will be taken or not? Yes, definitely. It will take that. Internally, data variable has a Durga software solutions data. Now, what is this next one? Can know enter the same data again. Enter the same data again. Now here, same data here, I'm trying to enter here. How we are going to enter the data? Durga software solutions. Guys, observe carefully. Where I'm entering the data actually in the same line of the data display or not? In the same line I enter the data or not? This is because of print method. If I use println method, the data will enter in the next line. But here in the same line I entered in the sense that is because of what method can know? Print method. Okay, now get this time if I click on enter button, which method will read this data? No, read method. Read method is able to read only the first character. What is that first character in the entry data? D. Its ASCII value will be provided. Its ASCII value will be displayed here. Now we will see that what exactly read line method data, what exactly read method data. Now click on enter button. Read line method data is what, sir? Now tell me. Durga software solutions. Read method data is what there? 68. Then what is the task value? The task value is 68 for what they know? Character. Now this output here we are getting or not? Right, sir. Now here we shown the difference between read line method and read method. Observe carefully what I am telling to you. Example code here I am giving. Now here output here I'm providing. Then now try to understand this. On console here we are getting this type of data. Now try to recognize it. That's it. Now this is about clearly like what there read method and read line method data here we are getting. Yes, sir. All of you are getting my point or not? Do one thing. Next, I have to go for one more program, but intentional I am stopping this program now. In the next class, I want to continue this program here. There I am going to use some wrapper classes information dependency in this program with a buffer reader. Then after that, I have to go for remaining content also. Next term, when we are going to have next class, guys, now tell me. When we are able to have next class, not on tomorrow. You can take a gap on tomorrow. Then next class will be on Monday. On Monday, I am continuing this part. One more program I will prepare on this buffer data. Then where I want to take some normal data, entities data, I'm going to display the data there. Where I'm going to use some wrapper classes topic there. Then after that, we'll go for scanner. Then after that, we'll go for what there? Console content kernel. So next 3 to 4 days topics are important. When I complete these 3 to 4 days topics, no, I will start directly JDBC. Okay, don't worry for it. Then I'm going to take that JDBC content effectively. But almost all we are coming to the ending point of this prerequisite part. But please, I'm requesting to everybody, don't neglect this prerequisite part. Even though the content is repeatable for you, for some of you, but still try to practice whatever the points I've given inside the classes. All the points are required. Because of that reason only, all these points I'm discussing as part of the prerequisite clearly. Yes, all of you are getting my point now? That's all, guys. That's all for today. Then just give a minute of time. I will share this document with you. 1 minute. Right, sir. And recordings will be provided for every class. Every class is being recorded. You're able to get recordings now. Then you can contact with our admin people to get the recordings now. Today, 29th. Okay. I was Sims. Right, sir. All of you are getting these classroom notes from the Google Classroom app. All of you are getting it now. Right, sir. And right. That's okay. Then every content here I given there, even including application also, just we can download all the resources. But try to keep these resources separately in our system, sir. Understand it now. Right. Advanced Java material for offline, for online, you will get very soon. For offline, I will keep some hard copies there at our office, no? Then when I'm going to start JDBC, by the time these materials are available for you, you can collect it. But anyway, I'm giving classroom notes and material as well as videos there. Then content will be very good content I'm going to provide. So try to utilize this, but not immediately. When I'm going to start JDBC, by the time on the first day itself, that material is going to be available. Now try to collect it anyway. Okay, right, sir. And share classroom link. 1 minute, guys. And in the classroom, people are feeling some difficulty here. This is not I. This is what there. L. This is L. If you use L, then you are able to get it. Anyway, now I'm going to copy this link and I'm going to give that link also to you. Not this one. 1 minute. Right, sir. Here I'm sending link to all of you. Now try to check this link now. Through this link also we can go for it, or else now I'm giving copy of this code. Then classroom code copy I'm providing there. Now either through this code also we can join. Then better to join through this classroom code, easily we can get it. Okay. Right, guys. That's all for today. I'll meet on Monday regarding this content here. That's fine. And one more thing, those who are see today after this 8:30, especially. Okay, just wait a minute of time. I'll complete it now. Guys, those who are in online, we'll meet on Monday again for this advanced Java classes. Okay, thank you. And core Java class is going on regular, a regular link, not in a workshop link. Now 8:30 I'm going to start core Java class there. That core Java class is going on in which link? There no regular link, not in this one. Okay, right, sir. Thank you, thanks a lot. I'll meet on tomorrow. And today within 8:30 for core Java I'm going to take there. The advanced Java continuation I will take on Monday. Thank you.